Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for July 31st, Saturday, 2021, 3 p.m. Eastern. All of our unhappiness comes from our inability to be alone. Our inability to be alone. No matter how separate we may feel, we're always intimately connected with the universe. Now, a lot of us just don't understand that, or don't feel it, or are afraid of it. There's many things. We live in a vast ocean of conscious intelligence, energy, that deeply loves us, heals us, cares for us, provides our every need. And this connection is the secret to reaching a transcendental state of bliss. Knowing that we are the divine, and the divine is surrounding us at all times, experiencing this as a matter of surrendering to this feeling that we are all connected to this divine, all-intelligent ocean of existence. All of the thoughts which make us feel separate and make us believe that we are a separate droplet that is removed from this ocean and the original cause of all of our suffering. All of the thoughts which make us feel separate and make us believe that we are a separate droplet who is removed from this ocean are the original causes of all of our suffering. To discover enlightenment, we must choose to remember one important thing. Nothing is as it seems in this world. There are always three sides to every coin. We are always alone, never alone, and enlightenment is found balancing in between these two. We are always alone, never alone, and enlightenment is found balancing in between these two. The mirage of ideas our minds are projecting are not real. The only thing that is real is that which doesn't change. This is our true nature, the infinite soul that we are. And when we stop believing in the false appearances of the mind, we open the door to our spiritual understanding of what is real and the possibility to be truly free. Just know that it may be deeply challenging to many of us to constantly be free, as there are many layers of beliefs and the subconscious mind that are constantly overlaying its belief system on top of the reality we're living in. Our minds are a product of generations of ancestors' minds who were also clouded by the truth and riddled with beliefs containing layers of self-doubt. We were all unconsciously programmed from a very young, innocent age to accept the many creative false beliefs given by our society, teachers, friends, family, and great-great-grandparents who also believed they were separate beings disconnected from a divine, all-knowing source of infinite power. Now that we are aware, it is our chance to shift out of this ancient misunderstanding and know that we are always interconnected and one with everything on the most intimate, loving, and spiritual levels. Something that is really interesting to think about is that we are each physically connected to the most enlightened beings who have ever walked this earth. Scientists have proven that the atoms which we will breathe into our body today are the exact same atoms found in the ascended masters. Right now, our physical bodies have at least 1 million atoms that were actually in the body of Christ, Buddha, Mother Mary. We also have atoms that have been inside every single star in the sky and every being that has ever existed since the dawn of creation and beyond. It is literally impossible for us to be separate from anything or anyone. So the real question is, what is it that actually causes us to feel lonely? Everyone you meet in your life, even total strangers, is already intimately connected to you. The idea that we are all separate and distinct beings is nothing but an illusion. We are all parts of a larger whole, like individual cells in a body. Steve Pavlina. And loneliness is an illusion created by the mind. As long as the mind believes we are a separate being who has separate thoughts that are totally disconnected from everyone else, it will give our bodies the experiences of being disconnected. The reality is, we cannot be separate and never will be, ever, beyond, and forever. The mind simply created this experience of separation just so that all of us could later have the experience of reunification. We were always connected. Our souls just are connected up for the phenomenal experience of coming home to the great, divine, all-knowing, intelligent God self that we are. So we had an agreement with ourselves. The mind is amazing. It is truly a creative genius that gives us every experience of life. Without the mind, we wouldn't have a body and would not exist. The mind loves to invent the most magnificent stories, dreams, and illusions. All these stories seem very real because there are deep feelings attached to them. Yet, when we watch each story in our mind as if it was a movie, we can see how unreal it actually is. Just notice whenever the mind starts to say, you are missing someone or missing out on something. This is a red flag to wake up and realize they are layers of ancestral beliefs. The mind has been trained to focus on what it is not connected to, rather than what it is connected to. The moment the mind is recentered back on its infinite spiritual source, by simply resting for hours deeply into the core of your being, all loneliness instantly dissolves into all oneness. Aloneness is a flower, a lotus blooming in your heart. Aloneness is positive. Aloneness is health. Osho. Perhaps you may have noticed that the word aloneness is very close to the word all oneness. Aloneness is very close to the words all oneness. There is just an extra L added in there. And that very well could possibly be that this L stands for the word love. When we indulge our L, we are including love in our lives, meaning we are loving ourselves, someone, or something which causes us to bathe in feelings of being one with everyone and everything. A life lived with love is freedom from the mind, which tends to always believe it is separate from Source. The most fastest and effective way is to move beyond loneliness and find a state of infinite love inside. Is to stop resisting the feelings of being lonely and surrender to the infinite spiritual nature of your being. Whenever a feeling of separation arises, treat it like a lost puppy that wants to be held, caressed, and loved. Hold that feeling in your arms so fully and experience the pain it's going through. Yet don't believe that these feelings are real. They will come and go faster than your next breath of air. Allow the feelings of separation to totally fill you up, yet don't buy into their sappy story. Go as deeply as you can into these feelings and explore where they come from and what the real feeling is beneath them. The more we can venture into and through our unconsciousness, our darkness, the more awareness, light, that we bring into the beliefs that say we are separate beings. Once we completely stop avoiding any feelings or fears of being lonely, we will see that underneath it all is a blissful, super expansive state of love that feels as if you are truly one with the entire universe. This is why loneliness has been bothering us for all this time. It would not give up on us. It's trying to push us deeper inside ourselves to the core of our being, where we will rediscover this vast love and consciousness that makes up this entire universe. When we have established conscious oneness with the absolute, with the infinite, vast, the everything is part of us. And how can we be afraid of ourselves? Sri Chimno. Consciously making time to be with ourselves is huge. It happens on its own when we start looking forward to enjoying our time connecting with Source. Being alone is the easiest way to connect with the entire universe. Sitting completely still in total silence and the most direct pain or path to finding intimacy with the divine. You will be plagued with the generations of thoughts programmed in your subconscious mind. Yet, after an hour of sitting still, things will settle down and the deep divine presence will reveal itself naturally. It has no other choice. So, you could write it down to kind of jog your memory. For the next year of your life, avoid being alone. Stop filling up your time with distractions when you know it's time for you to go inside. It's healthy to spend 1/3 of your time alone, 1/3 with one other, an intimate connection, 1/3 with a group of 2 or more. Be aware of when you are staying busy or avoiding boredom by reaching for your cell phone, email, internet, TV, food, books, or anything that you love. When it comes to enlightenment, the key is to relax into our darkness and bring the light of awareness into every desperate attempt we have to avoid being with our divinity. The pure state of being is underneath any dark or scary feelings that we may have. Dive directly into the darkness, and there you will find freedom from it. And remember that each moment is a precious opportunity to spend time being with your divine nature, which is deeply blissful, healing, and is simply found by exploring our innermost essence. It's good to know that being alone is not being lonely. It is not thinking about what you're missing out on. It is the most enlightening and empowered place you can discover. The illusion that you are separate from Source cannot continue to fog over your perception when you continuously, consciously create quality alone time that you enjoy. Resting deep and stillness is the path to total, true freedom from all future suffering. Do you need any other reason to make this a priority in your life? Just try it for 21 days and see what happens. If you're not used to being alone, when you first sit in silence, for even a few minutes, your mind may see it as an attack on its physical domination over your life. The mind will try everything in the book to distract you. It will pull on your reins so it's back in control. Just watch the mind from a distance. Don't buy into its drama. Quietly go deep inside, and you will soon discover the peace that always resides at the core of your being. Relax and feel as if you are a droplet in the ocean, merging with each sensation that arises. Let yourself melt so that you cannot feel where you end or begin. Live your life as if you will never cease to exist. The truth is the soul never dies. It goes on experiencing life forever in the next dimension and beyond. You can explore what this is like, if even for a few precious moments, by letting go and surrendering into a deep meditative space. Explore what it's like to have no boundaries between you and anything else on this planet. Feel what it feels like to experience that we are all one divine ocean of love. No matter how far apart we believe we physically are from each other, we are all intimately connected more than the mind can understand. The droplets together are what creates the ocean. They are never separate from it. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted, and I am sure that we all are. And the first thing we care to do is relax our bodies completely. Relax them completely. Head to toe, inside and out. Now, only you can do it with your body. Only you. So you understand that you're not the body. You're the God within the body. Pangu. So the body is stressful, irritated maybe. Why is that? It's like a sponge, because in this life and all the illusions, we have a tendency to absorb everything. Everything that we're programmed with, from the point of a baby all the way into adulthood. All these other people's thoughts, all of their directions, all of their ideas, all of their guidance, everything. So those aren't our thoughts. But we stress and fear, and we have anxiety, and we just either in a hurry or worried or wondering. So does it serve you the greater good? Does it serve your body the greater good? Do all these fears, anxieties, stresses serve you the greater good? And if your answer is no, then why keep them? You just let them go. If you need a visualization, use a hot air balloon. You're standing in the basket. It's an early morning, fall, crisp, just a little tiny breeze, clear as a bell day, and you're standing in this basket. Now, in order to see the glory that the God that you are, you want to soar up and look all upon the earth. You can't do that because you've got these little sandbags that are tied at one end that just are sitting in the bottom of the basket, keeping the basket from going up. So the basket is your body. So the only way that you're going to levitate or allow that hot air balloon to pull you up is to drop all of that debris, surrender it, negativities, angers, frustrations, anxieties, hurriedness. And each one you drop off, and the basket starts to move. The more you drop off, the more the basket goes up. Eventually, the basket's way in the sky. And you feel as light as a feather. And that's the body. That's you releasing all of that stuff that none of us can use in any form of quietness, bliss, joy. So we let it go. Then we're light. Then the body is absolutely light as a feather. It's not thinking. It's not contemplating. It just is. And when this happens, it's an automatic move into the now. And the now is really all we have. We don't have a past. Unbeknownst to popular belief, the past is dead. It doesn't exist. It is gone. All we have are memories stored in our subconscious mind. The past is like an elephant graveyard. It is dank, dead, no movement, no air movement, foggy, misty. Now, we all have memories, and we all sometimes will go into them. A song will do it. Something will cause us to want to go in to the memory. And we do, and we enjoy it. And then sometimes we'll visit the memories that aren't too great, just to make sure that we don't do that again in the now. But we don't stay there. Some of us do, though. Some of us will just stay in that past and live in that past. I don't think it's too much intentionally. But when that happens, they will end up bringing that past into a future that doesn't exist. Create that future from that past. Relive that past in that future. That's why a lot of people say to themselves, no matter what we do, we always end up in the same place. 99% of the time, that's why. Now, some of us will go into a future that doesn't exist because we create our futures in the now. And we wander around and we ask ourselves, when is this going to happen? When am I going to have this? When is that going to happen? When is this going to happen? And none of us are exempt from it. We're pulled into it. And so we kind of say, well, what are things going to change for me? When is this going to happen? And we don't know it, but we're creating it every split second. So the now is the bliss. It is the silence. It is the joy. It is everything. But most of us skip over it. We either go into a future that doesn't exist or past. Now, the interesting thing is how do we stay in the now? Because we all have these programmed thoughts in the millions that just float by, like clouds in the sky, just constantly floating by. You could be focused on something. We've all done this, and you just kind of wander off. There's these thoughts. You just wander off. You don't know why, and you just kind of do. But when we become consciously aware, and we're always gentle, kind, generous, and humble with ourselves, and in the highest of deepest gratitude 24/7. So when we do that, it absolutely is a no-brainer. We just say, okay, I'll focus on my breath, which is divine positive energy. Soul comes into the body, powers up the body. Lungs start functioning. Breath starts being created. Sustains the body to hold the God. Also focuses us, relaxes us, eases us, strengthens us. It is absolute divine positive energy and omnipotently powerful. So, that divine positive energy, every single time you focus on the breath, you're in the now. It is the breath that is the now. So you always focus on the breath. You could do it 100 times a day if you float off in different thoughts. That's what we do. And eventually it becomes automatic. Okay, here I am floating off. I focus on my breath. I am in the now. The now is where all the power is. The now is where the silence is. The now is where the peace. The now is where it allows you to go within deeply in the core of your being and to discover the God that you are. And we look at the body because we're not the body, so we can look at the body. Head to toe, inside and out. So inside that body that you, all of us are in, there are lights. There are lights inside that body. And the lights look like little circles, little round wheels. And they're all different colors. There's 7, roughly. 7 different colors, all different shapes. This is kind of wheels of light. Now we, with our divine positive energy and breath, the God, we flow through those. And not only that, we expand out to every part of the body, every blood flow, cell structure, every organ, everything in that body, including all your emotions. So when we flow through that, we learn, right? For instance, the red wheel of light, the root chakra, sits right at the tip of your tailbone. These aren't something you can pick up and juggle or hold, like in this physical world. They're etheric, spiritual, plane. And so the root chakra deals with our survival, physical survival, which is money, well-being, clothes, food, water, shelter. But there's the ego mind that conjures up what? Fear. Fear stops our survival. If any of us were put out, a group of us put out in the middle of nowhere with just clothes on our back, we would rely on each other and stay calm and assist each other to survive. But any of us that would go into panic or fear usually will not survive. Their bodies won't survive. So then we go to the orange wheel of light, which deals with our pleasure, our joy, our sexuality, our happiness, our bliss. And we've all experienced the bliss and the joy. And the bliss and the joy is like when you're doing something and nothing can go wrong. Nothing goes wrong for you. Everything just floats in. Everything just lands in. And it's a euphoric feeling, a blissful feeling, center of your heart. And you do enjoy it. But most of the time, the old ego mind comes in and you start getting that feeling of guilt. Imagine that. We fall into a feeling of guilt because we're having such a wonderful time. So then what happens is that we stop it. We stop our joy and pleasure because we feel guilty, because we feel we shouldn't have it. I shouldn't be having this, I don't know if I really deserve to have this as long as it's been going like this. Instead of embracing it and understanding it's a natural state of being. Then we go to the yellow wheel of light, willpower, the sacral chakra. Our willpower is blocked by shame. Shame is an illusion created by the ego mind. And then we move to the emerald green wheel of light, our heart chakra. And the heart chakra is our ability to love. But I'll tell you what, the illusion comes in of grief, you're incapable of love. So grief blocks the love that we are. Then we go to the blue wheel of light, the throat chakra. This deals with our truth and most obviously is blocked by our lies. And then we move to the indigo wheel of light, the third eye chakra. This deals with our insight, and it's blocked by illusion. And finally, the violet wheel of light, the crown chakra, top of our head. It deals with our ability to have direct connection to the God, to the divine, which is you. Now, it's blocked by ego attachment. So our egos and our attachment to the ego blocks our connection to the divine that we are. So we move all the way up like a fountain, an energy fountain. We never stop moving through the body. And at the top, we choose to, that we are love, we are God, we are one. And in that short period of time, we turn ourselves into pure liquid energy and we pour ourselves over the pineal gland. That's some powerful energy. Now, the pineal gland is very important to us while we're in these bodies because a fully functioning, healthy, happy, clear, and clean pineal gland connects us to all the particles of existence. There's no limits. It's boundless. We aren't there yet, but we will be. So you can view your pineal gland through your heart, mind's motion picture however you picture it, see it. I see it as green ball rosebud. As soon as I pour myself over it, it immediately transforms into this massive, fully bloomed rose with a wonderful fragrance, with multicolored petals. Now, it sends this massive wave, and it's not like water, it's just energy that absorbs within. And the feeling through the heart-mind is astronomical. The deepest eternal love, deepest eternal gratitude, deepest eternal peace. Full on, it's always. It's not a fleeting energy. It's a continual energy. And then I realized that the rose is the reflection of the God within this body. So the God is the rose, and the rose is the God. There's no separation. It's like these bodies that we're in, so to speak. Heart, mind, ego, mind, subconscious mind. The God, the pure consciousness, the higher self, the spirit, the soul, all one. And we know that the soul in the body is the heaven. And we know that the body is the earth. So we are literally heaven on earth. And those of us who are consciously aware know that every step we take, we're creating paradise. Also, we've learned to shine our light outward 360 degrees eternally. And that light emanates from the God force, love, light, energy, the gods that we all are. It's so brilliant, it floods this planet right now, 24/7. And it saturates head to toe, inside and out, all of our brothers and sisters, whether they're asleep or awake, all life, the highest supreme value in the universe, everything. And this is the highest of the highest, highest, the deepest of the deepest, deepest, and the purest of the purest, purest, eternal love. And some of us will learn in this lifetime that we are the light. That when we decide to leave these bodies, we are the light. We do not follow the light because we are the light. Now, we are all parts of each other. We're never separate. Never have been. So we reach out to the parts of us that are consciously aware. Now, the other parts are with us, but they're not consciously aware, so they're asleep, so they don't hear us. Such as all the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever, including this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now. Yet only those that are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, form this circle of light and complete liberation of this planet. Now, they come in the Googleplexes. One Googleplex fills this universe with not even a square inch of sacred space to spare. They come in trillions of Googleplexes from trillions of universes from every direction. Now, the ones on this planet, with the eyes we have with these bodies, we don't see but 1% of what is. And they come in shapes, color, sizes, forms, configurations, which we have never seen. The fairies, the sprites, the elves, the dwarves, the gnomes, the trees, the trolls, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, wood. The mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, and many, many, many more. And all of them in the Googleplexes are with us now consciously. We call upon all of the off-worlders, celestials, galactics, yet only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming this circle of light and complete liberation of this planet, Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now. Now, we're only familiar with a smidgen of them because over 1,000 travel through the solar system every day. Trillions throughout the universes every day. The ones we're somewhat familiar with are the Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Andromedans, the Arcturians, the Felines, the Zeta Reticuli, the Nords, the Greys, the Reptilian, the Draco, the Golden Pyramid, the Avian, and many, many, many more. They've been assisting us in our evolution, enlightenment, ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. And in the trillions, they are with us now consciously. We call upon all the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, and beneath earth. Yet only those that are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, form this circle of light, and the complete liberation of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now. Now, they come into billions, and they are with us now consciously. We call upon all of our loved ones, all those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited, yet only those that are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming the circle of light and the complete liberation of this planet. And in the billions, they are with us now consciously. All of the archangels, cherubim, seraphim archetypes, ascended masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Christ, El Morya, Mendantia, Pel, Thoth, Yeshua, many, many, many more. Now, both of them, the angels and the ascended masters, only those that are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, in of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, to form the circle of light and complete liberation of this planet. Now, the archangels, they're a civilization that vibrates at a different frequency than we do. That's why we don't see them like we see each other. But we do interact with them. We do meet them, talk with them. But it's usually not until we leave them that we have a feeling that that was an angel. And they have the same message, but they deliver it in a multitude of ways. And basically the message is, isn't it absolutely magna glorious, splendiferous, tremendous that we're in these bodies alive? And that is bliss. They can surround any one of us at any one time in the tens of thousands because of their vibrational frequency. They can surround us with a large number in a small area. Ascended masters have mastered ascension into physical form, out of physical form, hold pure God form, pure consciousness. We have ascended into physical form. We are mastering physical form. We are creating our experiences to perfect our creation. And we're all gathered arm in arm, hand in hand, in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance. And we're all one. And we're all God. And we're all love. And our God force love light energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond and forever. And it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We immediately form a circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now. This light emanates from the God force love light energy that we all are. It is so brilliant, it grays out the darkness of sacred space. It would take 1 billion trillion suns to even come close to its brilliance. This is the purest of deepest eternal love. And we are flooding this planet 24/7. All life, the highest supreme value in the universe. All of our brothers and sisters, head to toe, inside and out, with this deepest eternal love. We begin to ascend above the planet. We come into direct contact with this massive ocean of glitter. It's everywhere, reflecting everywhere, amongst all of us gathered in this meditation. We zero in on the reflective points, and we notice these little microscopic, perfectly etched mirrors. And we go into them, and we discover that all of us, forever, are teaching and learning from each other. And it's interesting because we're all one. But either we're a student or a teacher or a student, or both, with ourselves and everyone. We never are not learning, whether it's conscious or unconscious. We're immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column of light that we created that reminds us all that we are the power of healing. We are then met with the violet blue, purple, flaming light of Archangel Michael. This, a column of light that we created, it reminds us all of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. We are then met with the white fire. This is a column of light that we created that reminds us all that from head to toe, inside and out, 24/7, we are imbued with a white fire armor that is impenetrable. It is nothing like a knight's armor, body armor, tank armor. It's way beyond that. And it emanates from the God force, love, light, energy within each and every single one of us. And it can't be penetrated. No demon possession. No attachments. No lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies. Nothing. They know. They won't come close because they'll vaporize if they do. Nothing can harm us. But only you have the power that if you decide to lower your vibrational frequency low enough through hatred, fear, anger, stress, anxiety, envy, greed, whether consciously or unconsciously, you lower your vibrational frequency low enough to create a breach in your white fire armor, allowing all the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies to come flooding in. Now, if you do decide to do this, you're met with two columns of light back to back. The first one is the purple transmuting flame. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute all of these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutral light substance, and we can send them back to pure consciousness where they are completely vanished and vaporized forever. Then, right behind that is the violet ray. And the violet ray is a column of light that we created to remind us that right behind the purple transmuting flame, we can bring in the violet ray. We can cleanse and purify the area where these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor, and restoring our vibrational harmony of the highest of deepest, purest, eternal love, and the highest of deepest, purest, eternal gratitude, and the highest of deepest, purest, eternal peace. We are then met with the golden, white, pink light. This is a column of light that reminds us all that we created that we are the sun. The sunlight, the rain, the rainbows, the sunsets, the sunrises, the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, the streams. We are the trees and the forest and the soils. We are the animals. We are the sky, the clouds, everything. We are everything, and everything is us. So the next time you're watching a sunset or a sunrise or a rainbow, it is you. It is the God within that body that is the beauty, the glory, the magnificence, the love, the peace, the joy. So remember that every time you look at the beauty upon this planet, it is you. Always has been, always will be, ever beyond and forever. We continue to ascend above the planet. Some of us decide to step out our physical form and float effortlessly above the body. If we're carrying the body. And why do we do this as well? Because we can. We come into full contact with this crystalline light tower of which we created. It's larger than this solar system. The center of the column, we see this massive sphere, oblong sphere. In the center of the sphere, we see this huge golden white ball of light, and it's surrounded by these rings of multicolored light endlessly. And we're all sending out like these vapor mists that are penetrating all of us continuously, inside and out, head to toe. And we discover that the golden white ball of light is the highest of deepest, purest, eternal love. And then we have gratitude and peace and well-being, great wealth, great abundance, great prosperity, tranquility, benevolence, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness. It's endless. And it is us, all of us. It is a reflection of the gods that are within each and every one of us. At the top of this crystal light tower, we designed it so the golden ocean can come cascading down 360 degrees as it's doing right now, flooding us all of our brothers and sisters, all life, the highest supreme value in the universe, endlessly. Absolutely phenomenal. The highest of the highest high, the deepest of the deepest, deepest, and the purest of the purest, purest, eternal love, flooding this planet nonstop from every direction. Now, we're a drop to this golden ocean. We also hold the essence of the golden ocean. Golden ocean is the drops are the golden ocean. The only illusion is separation. We see our meditative sphere. It's at center circle. We created this sphere over 3.5 years ago. It houses 1,500 of our meditations in perpetual motion. All of us gathered every day for over 3.5 years with the highest intent, hundreds of millions of us on and off world, in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever, flooding this planet, all of us, in the deepest, purest, eternal love, gratitude, and peace. It's magnificent. See it in your heart mind. Feel it. That's why this meditative sphere can be seen, heard, and felt in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And this is why it continues to intensify and it continues to expand. None of us are alone. All of us are one. I'll join you in the meditation and return to close us out. Take an easy breath in through the nose and an easy breath out through the mouth. Move slowly, easily. In deep silence, there is no mine and no thine. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, into the following morning. And we will return Sunday, August 1st, 2021, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call.